So what then is your role, Colonel Guevara?
I just read the search warrant, Mr. Chair. Then I went outside, Mr. Chair,
That's so hard to believe, Colonel Guevara. You're the highest ranking officer there.
in the balcony,
Is
Mr.
that-
Chair.
Are you not embarrassed, Colonel Guevara? Did you at any point in time tell Colonel Guevara that he should only report the 4.7 million?
No, Mr. Chair.
Colonel Guevara, General Mariano saying that you were not listening. I'm gonna ask you again. Did General Mariano tell you not to report the 27 million and only report the 4.7 million?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Malinaw na malinaw po na nagsisungaling kayo. Tapos may mukha pa kayong, baka bago may yung suspension ninyo, baka kukuha pa kayo ng sahod ninyo.
This is not the representation of the PNP. Ito lang pong mga tulisang ito ang dapat talagang maubos.
Chairman Flores,
Some
you have
few
the floor.
questions, Mr. Chair, addressed to Lieutenant Colonel Guevara. Colonel Guevara, from the testimony of almost all the other officers here, they keep on referring to Major Quijana as the one giving them orders. But wasn't it a fact that you were the most senior and the commander of that particular operation?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So how come it is Major Quijana that has been giving orders to the other officers around?
If I may explain, Mr. Chair.
Yes, please.
During the briefing, Mr. Chair, before the operation, Mr. Chair, I divided them into 4 groups.
Yeah, you already
Then-
mentioned that earlier that you divided them into 4
Yes.
groups. But shouldn't it be your responsibility to know what is happening during the operation?
I give all during the operation, Mr. Chair, I give all the tasking to Major Quijana.
So what then is your role, Colonel Guevara?
I just read the search warrant, Mr. Chair. Then I went outside, Mr. Chair.
That's so hard to believe, Colonel Guevara. You're the highest ranking officer there. And while they were doing the job, you just went outside after reading them the rights?
In the balcony,
Is
Mr.
that-
Chair.
Is that what you want this committee to believe, Colonel Guevara?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So you left it all to Major Quijana?
Almost.
Is that right?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Is that General Mariano? Was that the proper thing to do for Colonel Guevara?
No, Mr. Chair. He should supervise his men, Mr. Chair.
So the fact that he left it all out to Major Quijana, does that make it right?
No, Mr. Chair.
Should he be held responsible for everything that happened and transpired as being the highest ranking officer there?
Since he is the highest ranking officer, since he did not supervise his men.
Now, Colonel
Yes.
Guevara, I'm gonna give you another chance. Are you going to admit that you just let things happen? Despite being an officer, the highest ranking officer in that area?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Are you not embarrassed, Colonel Guevara?
Let me explain, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, explain.
I divided the group into 4, Mr. Chair.
He said that, but dividing it into different chores doesn't mean that you should stop supervising the event, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So why did you stop supervising the event?
That's my fault, Mr.
That's your fault. Now,
Yes.
question. Diretsahan na to, ha?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Did you or did you not see that 4 boxes were being taken out of the room? As shown in the video.
No, Mr. Chair.
You did not see it.
No, Mr.
Where were you at that time?
In the balcony, Mr. Chair.
And that is precisely why you should have been there as the commander of that particular event, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Now, the spot report that was given, or the initial report that was given that only 4.7 million was recovered. Did you see that report?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Did you sign it?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Now, did you know for a fact that there was another 27 million missing at that time?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So why did you sign that report when you knew for a fact that there was another 20 plus million pesos?
Mr. Chair, I did not sign it with my decision only, Mr. Chair. I sought the advice of my superior, Mr. Chair, which is my district director, Mr.
So now are you telling this committee that it was upon the advice of General Mariano that you will not report the 20 plus million and just report the 4.7 million muna?
He is the one who can answer that, Mr. Chair.
No, I'm asking you. Did
Yes,
he
I-
tell you to report only the 4.7 million and exclude the 20 million?
I sent him the draft report, Mr. Chair, and he approved.
You're not answering the
Yes,
question.
Mr. Chair.
Did he tell you?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
He told you?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
General Mariano.
Sir, may I ano the question, Mr. Chair?
Now, first, let me ask a question.
Yes, Mr.
Did
Chair.
you at any point in time tell Colonel Guevara that he should only report the 4.7 million?
No, Mr. Chair.
No.
Yes,
He
Mr.
just said, you just heard him right now.
Yes, Mr. I think he is not listening well to your question, Mr. Chair.
He's not listening well to my question. Again, Colonel Guevara. General Mariano saying that you were not listening. I'm gonna ask you again. Did General Mariano tell you not to report the 27 million and only report the 4.7 million?
Yes, Mr. Chair. It was only the official report that what he approved and what he sent to our good regional director, Mr. Chair.
So there was no instruction not to include the 27 million.
He approved, Mr. Chair, the 4.6 million, and he knows that there is a 27.
Did you or did you not ask why we should not report that 27 million more?
I informed him, Mr. Chair, and he decided.
Did
Yes,
you or did you not ask General Mariano
I
why
did-
we
I
should
did,
not
Mr.
include?
I did, Mr. Chair.
And what was his answer?
Hayaan lang muna natin.
General Mariano, did you give that instruction to Colonel Guevara?
No, Mr. Chair.
You did not.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Were you aware that there was another amount, 27 million, that was recovered supposedly by the searching team and was not included in the report?
Yes, sir. He told me, sir.
So did you not ask Colonel Guevara why did you not include that in the report?
I asked him, Mr. Chair.
And what did he say?
At around when I arrived in my office, Mr. Chair, when I asked him for the spot report, which I immediately submitted to my regional director. After which he requested, Mr. Chair, additional investigator, additional personnel from WCPD, and interpreter. While we are waiting, Mr. Chair, for this investigator to arrive, he told me that there is a undetermined amount of money that they recovered during the operation.
And what did you say?
I told him to immediately declare this money. I
And-
was the one who instructed him to declare this money.
And what
Very-
time was that, General Mariano? What time was that?
It's more or less, Mr. Chair, in between 10 to 11 o'clock in the morning.
10 to 11 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning.
When he
Guevara-
reported to me, Mr.
when he
Chair.
reported to you.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Colonel Guevara, is the search ended at 5 in the morning, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So what happened between 5 in the morning to 11 o'clock in the morning?
Come again, Mr. Chair.
What happened during the period of 5 a.m. after the search was conducted to 10 something a.m. before you reported to
I
General
went
Mariano?
directly to the quarters of my my district director, Mr. Chair.
So you waited for him for 5 hours?
No, Mr. Chair. I waited them until around 8 or 9, Mr. Chair.
So now there's another difference in the time. But anyway, my point is just this. You both knew that there was an X amount of money that exceeded what was stated in the report. And that you both knew that it should have been included in that report. Now the question is, why was it not intentionally included in the report when you knew for a fact that there was this amount of money?
Again, Mr. Chair, we're still studying if it can be included as evidence in the...
Why do you still have to study it? It was a
Because
search.
it is-
It was a result of the search.
Admittedly, Mr. Chair, it was my first time.
It was your...
To have that situation to Mr. Chair.
Oh.
And I'm not...
Is that an excuse, Colonel Guevara?
I'm not making an excuse. I'm just stating it about Mr. Chair.
Anyway, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Congressman Sergio Dagooc, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. Tapos na po yung session sa plenary. Kami na lang po ang naiwan dito. I would just like to manifest for the record, Mr. Chair. As an ordinary taxpayer, no, I am very disgusted. Kung pwede pa lang, Mr. Chair, na mahiwalay yung binayad ko na buhis, na hindi mapunta sa mga ganitong yung sahod. Kasi second term ko na to as member of both this committee and Committee on Dangerous Drugs. This is not the first time that I heard this. No, I have witnessed this kind of investigation from our PNP. Kaya medyo kung hindi lang sana ako member ng House, hindi na ako magbabayad ng buwis. Pare-pareho lang naman ang mangyari. Makalabuso tayo dahil hindi ako tax evasion. Kasi napakasakit po sa isang ordinary taxpayer, no? Na ganito ang ating mga opisyal ng PNP. So, with the presence, Mr. Chair of NAPOLCOM, Attorney Bernardo, wala po ba kayong nakita na kailangang drastic measure para kung hindi man ma-eliminate, mabawasan man lang yung mga ganitong investigation sa Committee on Dangerous Drugs at saka dito sa public order kasi this is a live committee hearing. Siguro kung ako yung nasa mga hindi ako magpapakita na yung mga nandito na malinaw po na nagsisungaling kayo. Tapos may mukha pa kayong baka bago may yung suspension ninyo, baka kukuha pa kayo ng sahod ninyo. Maawa naman kayo sa mga nakapila hanggang alas 9, alas 10 ng gabi. Tingnan niyo yung ordinary workers natin, nakapila walang masakyan. Ang withholding tax nila pinagsasahod sa inyo. Bakit naman kayo? The line of questioning of our chair sa Transpo, the line of questioning of all the members of the committee, no? Kahit hindi ako abogado, hindi ako pulis, no? Talagang malinaw na may kasalanan po yung mga number one, yung mga officers na nagkakandak nung search na yon. And I agree with the finding na pwede po talaga to. Kasi hindi na po search to. So from the point of view of NAPOLCOM, ano po yung kailangan natin gawin? Nasa tabi ko po yung bago lang siguro tong graduate. Ano po bang pwede nating gawing pagbabago NAPOLCOM at saka yung mga patakaran natin na na yung kultura natin, practice, bitbitin lahat yung bakit ganun na bitbitin yung buong may dahilan kayo dyan. So NAPOLCOM, can you for the record lang na may namin recommend sa committee, may nakita po ba kayong mali doon sa recruitment, doon sa training, etc.
PC, Bernardo, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Siguro po kailangan mag-set na example We will support the initiative of the NCRPO. At yung decision po nila may be appealed doon sa Regional Appellate Board. We will ensure that swift justice will be meted out. Without preempting the possible appeal to the Regional Appellate Board. Based on the revelation thus far, it appears that there are substantial evidence that there were robbery committed. And that would constitute several counts of grave misconduct, serious irregularities in the performance of duty. And we will support them to conduct expeditious summary hearing procedures. And we will also be suggesting to pursue criminal cases, adopt the conspiracy because apparent that there were principal by indispensable cooperation, there were principal by direct participation. And it would appear that there are witnesses that can be utilized to substantiate how this plan was been hatched and how was this been developed, planned, and executed. We are confident how these things are being conducted thus far by the National Capital Region. Your Honor, if we set this an example, then we would be consulting the Committee on Peace and Order and Safety to afford the commander the authority to put them on stockage, so that this would prevent further damage to the evidence and set a swift examples. At the moment, Your Honor, we can only suggest preventive suspension, but we are inclined now to support some initiative that if the evidence is overwhelming, if the regional director or the chief PNP or the NAPOLCOM is convinced that there are serious violations and evidence would warrant the same, to put them on stockage already to prevent further.
Mr. Chair, with all due respect to NAPOLCOM Vice Chair, hindi po yun ang gusto kong marinig, no? I am raising a point na halimbawa, tatanong ko sa inyo, in 2023, ilang PNP personnel na po ang nakasuhan at ilan yung na-dismiss? Based on your record. Sa 2023 lang.
It would be at the vicinity of I think what has been dismissed both from the level of the PNP and the NAPOLCOM, we are at the vicinity of 800, Your Honor.
Okay. 800 na po yan. 2023 pa lang. What I'm saying is, kahit gawin nyo pa yung sinasabi mo ngayon, that will not cure the problem. Ang tinutukoy ko, wala ba kayong nakita na pwede nating gawin? That's why, nagsabi na ako, baka mayroon tayong gagawin sa recruitment, procedural, sa system. Yan po yung hinahanap ko. Kasi, dinoble na natin yung sahod. Kasi, ang justification para hindi nagagawa ng kalokohan dahil maliit yung sahod, dinoble na natin yung sahod. Dumoble, trumipli, yung gumagawa ng kalokohan. So meaning this is not a matter of magkano yung sinasahod. Nasa utak talaga nila yung pagkakriminal. Sorry for the term, pero they are doing criminal activities while they are law enforcers. Malinaw po yun. Sa 4 na taon po ako na member ng Committee on Dangerous Drugs at saka Public Order and Safety, ang dami ko na pong nasaksihan na may otak kriminal po yung some of our PNP personnel. That's the thing that NAPOLCOM, no, and the hierarchy of PNP should address na hindi tayo maka-recruit man yan kung sa recruitment, but you re-evaluate, you revisit yung mga recruitment policy natin, criteria, kung sino ba yung ipasok natin sa PNP. Otherwise, ulit-ulit lang tayo naghihiring ng ganito, tas kulong, dismiss, recruit na naman ng panibagong parehos ang utak. Hindi po magandang tingnan sa ating mamamayan. Yung pinaghirapan nila nag-overtime, withholding tax, ibabayad lang sa mga utak kriminal. That's the point I am raising. Kasi sawa na po ako sa ganitong overtime, 6 na oras na hearing, just, no, pag-usapan lang yung mga ganito, walang maitulong to sa ating lipunan. Hindi to makagaan hindi to makapababa ng presyo ng bigas. Nakasakit pa to sa dibdib ng mga nagtatrabaho na ordinaryong empleyado na yung buhis nila ay binabayad na pansahod. So, I want to raise a point na NAPOLCOM and the hierarchy of the PNP should address na mabawasan man lang, ma-minimize yung mga ganitong utak na mga law enforcers natin. Baka sa recruitment yan o sa mga patakaran na pinairal natin ngayon na pwede palang bitbitin lahat yung mga, kasi gusto ko itong mga tao na to, okay. Wala pang mga tao doon sa bagong assignment mo na pwede mong mautosan, pwede mong ma-organize. Otherwise, ay kung ganun yun, nasaan yung training natin PNP sa leadership? Kung gusto mo, ayaw mo nang ma-train yung datnan mo doon na assignment kasi gusto mong bitbitin lahat. So I hope na the NAPOLCOM can submit to this committee as soon as possible time. Ano ba yung sa tingin ninyo pagbabago na gagawin doon mula sa recruitment hanggang doon sa yung mga standard operating procedure na mabawasan man lang, hindi ma-eliminate lahat. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Your Honor, please, if I may, would just like.
Okay, go ahead. Briefly.
Your Honor, please. There are 228,000 well-abled body in the Philippine National Police. These are dedicated and sincere uniformed personnel and non-uniformed personnel. The few people that we have been seeing here are exceptionally manifesting criminal perversity, but this is not the representation of the PNP. We could rely to the good men and officers of the PNP. Ang totality po, yung karamihan po mas marami pa po matitino talaga. and the recruitment are continuously being addressed, Your Honor. Ito lang pong mga tulisang ito ang dapat talagang maubos doon sa ranks ng PNP. You would see may mga patrolman, may mga sargento who are testifying against those nefarious activity. These are manifestation na hindi rin po papayag yung mga mabababa. At may mga officers din na hindi rin pumapayag na sumusunod. Ito yung nagpapakita na merong pagbabago sa loob ng organization. Meron pa rin po talaga maraming tulisan pa rin na naiiwanan. But these are currently being addressed doon sa program ng PNP tsaka ng NAPOLCOM of internal cleansing. Ito nga lang po, kailangan lang po talaga magkaroon ng example para magkaroon ng deterrence. What we are currently doing now is a good showing of deterrence. Siguro sa darating na mga ilang araw pa, ilalabas namin yung iba pang mga disposition
Okay.
po.
As a matter of
Thank you,
fact, I would agree that the percentage of these, well, we can say na mga scalawags is wala pang 1% yan sa totality ng police force natin.